Hello! Today I'll be talking about Ursaring, the first bear evolution and the first adult bear Pokémon. In most regions, it's the only evolution of Teddiursa. However, in Hisui, it's Teddiursa's first evolution. Regardless, Teddiursa evolves into Ursaring at level 30. Its previous PYC dates are September 30th, 1996, July 22nd, 1999, May 12th, 2002, March 2nd, 2005, December 22nd, 2007, October 12th, 2010, August 2nd, 2013, May 23rd, 2016, March 14th, 2019, and January 2nd, 2022. As I mentioned yesterday, I like the names of Ursaring and Teddiursa, as they play on Ursa Minor and Ursa Major, which literally mean Little Bear and Big Bear, respectively. They connect with the celestial symbols of the crescent moon on Teddiursa's forehead and the new moon on Ursaring's belly. Much like its real-world counterpart, I wouldn't want to get near Ursaring in the wild. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Ursaring, the Hibernator Pokemon. Hibernant? In Gen 2. Its number is 0 to 117. This is what it looks like. Its type is normal. Abilities Guts or Quick Feet in Gen 4+. Unnerve is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate is 60 or 14.8%. Breeding is egg group field. Hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 5'11" or 1.8 meters. Weight is 277.3 pounds or 125.8 kilograms. Basic experience seal is 189 in Gen 2 through 4 and 175 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast. EVO is 2 and attack shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is brown, and base friendship is 70. Ursaring is a normal type Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolved from Teddiursa starting at level 30 and evolved into Ursaluna when exposed to a peat block during a full moon. Biology: Ursaring is a bipedal ursine Pokemon. Its broad body is covered in brown fur except for its muzzle, inner ears, and paw pads, which are yellow. It has narrow eyes, a triangular black nose, and a wide mouth with small visible fangs in the upper jaw. The fur on Ursaring's shoulders is longer and more structured with rectangular extensions. A female Ursaring has longer fur on its shoulders than a male. There is a large yellow ring-shaped mark shaped like a new moon on its chest. Ursaring's 4 limbs are long, ending in 5 claws each, while its hind legs are short and thick, ending in 3 claws each. Its tail is large and spherical in shape. Ursaring lives in mountainous forests, sleeping in treetops and gathering food throughout the day. While skilled at climbing trees, it gathers food by snapping them and collecting whatever berries or fruits fall down. It will mark trees bearing delicious fruit in its territory with its claws. Ursaring is also known to regularly eat honey, which is its favorite food. Ursaring's sense of smell can distinguish any aroma, and as such it can find food buried deep underground or in streams. It will also search for food during the winter season. As seen in the Pokémon the series Ruby and Sapphire episode, Going for a Spinda, Ursaring is highly protective of its cubs, and in the original series episode, Forest Grumps is shown to become more aggressive during mating season. It also becomes more ferocious when it is hungry. Ursaring are known to get into fights with Primeape when they encounter each other while searching for berries. When exposed to peat found in Hisui during a full moon, Ursaring can evolve into Ursaluna. Evolution: Ursaring evolves from Teddiursa, and Hisui it evolves into Ursaluna. So we've got Teddiursa, Ursaring, Ursaluna. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, and Explorers of Darkness. Ursaring is a resident of Treasure Town. He also meets the player and partner at the end of Mystifying Forest, where his friend Teddiursa becomes the first Pokemon to evolve at the Luminous Spring since its restoration. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Ursaring reappears alongside Teddiursa as part of Serene Village. During the game, Ursaring often states his apprehensions towards Teddiursa's desire to evolve. Pokedex entries in Gen 2 and Gold. Although it is a good climber, it prefers to snap trees with its 4 legs and eat fallen berries. Silver, with its ability to distinguish any aroma, it unfailingly finds all food buried deep underground. Crystal, although it has a large body, it is quite skilled at climbing trees. It eats and sleeps in the treetops. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, or Crystal inserted, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, in Ruby and Sapphire, in the forests inhabited by Ursaring, it is said that there are many streams and towering trees where they gather food. This Pokemon walks through its forest gathering food every day. Emerald, in forests it is said that there are many streams and towering trees where an Ursaring gathers food. It walks through this forest collecting food every day. Fire Red is basically Silver's entry, but Aroma is now smell. Leaf green is very similar to gold's, but slightly different, so I'll read it. Although it is a good climber, it prefers to snap stout trees with its forelegs and eat fallen berries. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, in its territory it leaves scratches on trees that bear delicious berries or fruits. Heart Gold is basically golds, but berries is now the correct casing. Soul Silver is its silver counterpart. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums. In Gen 6, X is the silver entries. Y is Crystal's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Ursaring and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl are their Diamond and Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus. When the cold season arrives in Hisui, this Pokemon will wander fields and mountains, alike in search of its favorite berries. Ursaring's hunger during this time makes it a ferocious danger. In Gen 9, Scarlet, it usually wears a hardened expression, but when it's licking up honey, which it loves, the joy it feels will cause it to break into a wide grin. Violet, it is quite skilled at climbing trees. If it comes across a Primeape while searching for berries in the treetops, trouble will surely ensue. Ursaring in the Paldea Pokedex. So it's with a Teddy Ursa. Looks like they're sleeping. It's very cute, and it's also a full evolutionary line image, which I love. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items in Legends Arceus. Normal. Dazzling Honey, 35% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn, 15% of the time. And Grid items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy M, 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery, 20% of the time. And Grid items by level. Still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 90, attack 130. Defense, special attack, and special defense, 75. Speed, 55 for a total of 500. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to fighting for double. Immune to ghost, and resistant to nothing. Notes, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Ghost-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up will go down to 35 Scary Face. 35 Scary Face, 41 Rest and Snore, 48 High Horsepower, 56 Thrash, and 64 Hammer Arm. By TM we're skipping, by Breeding we're skipping, by Prior Evolution, you get Baby Doll Eyes from Teddy Ursa. It's a Fairy type status move, accuracy 100%, and PB hit is 30. Special moves. From the event Wild Terra Pokemon, you can get Aerial Ace, Body Slam, Charm, and Cross Chop. Side game data, you got all this, yep, okay. Pokemon Ranger, Guardian Signs in the browser entry. It lets loose shockwaves to attack. You got all this. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure in the Pokepark pad entry. Ursaring plays in the Iceberg Zone. He loves Glalie Igloos, and his best performances are in Bastiodon's Block Barrage. Got these. Okay. In new Pokemon Snap in the Photo Dex. If you see a tree with huge claw marks carved into it, that means you've stumbled into an Ursaring's territory. That's how it marks its favorite spots, so other Pokemon won't take them. Evolution data, you got Teddy Ursa, level 30, Ursaring. Use a Peat Block during the full moon in Hisui, so that gets you Ursa Luna. Sprites, so in Gen 2, I mean, not too different. It pretty much remains the same. It's, a little bit more, like, simple. A little this kind of brown and that kind of yellow. This is green. That makes sense since that was, I think, Teddy Ursa's colors as well. This is sort of the green-blue, almost like a mint green, I guess. Then it's this darker brown now. Gen 3 has this sort of lighter brown and kind of a tan color, I guess, for those. This also becomes kind of tan instead of blue. Yeah, you got that. And you got the gender differences with the arms, things. Yeah, then it goes back to this kind of brown, darker brown anyway. Keeps that, I guess. Here's the back sprites. Yep. Got the models, pretty good, I'd say. Yeah. Oh, these make it a lot more obvious, the gender differences in the models. Yeah, the longer and the shorter. Yeah. Probably the same. Got the better models here, of course. Longer, shorter, whatever. Yep. Homes, we got these, yeah. Oh, it goes back to yellow. When did it go back to yellow? I guess it becomes more yellow once it gets to the models, right? Or maybe even back here, I think. Yeah, it looks like here is when it kind of becomes more of a yellow color, rather than kind of this tan color. The ring, anyway. And then it comes kind of the yellow all around. Brings that kind of back, I guess. That's much more obvious here. And here. Animation, Ursaring and Pokemon the series, black and white. I guess Paul's Ursaring is the big one. I don't know these. Yeah. Pokedex entries in episode 155 in Ash's Pokedex. Ursaring, the hibernate Pokemon. The Ursaring has such a keen sense of smell that it can even find food that has been buried. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 6 in Dawn's Pokedex. Ursaring, the hibernator Pokemon. An excellent tree climber. It snaps trees with its front legs and eats the fallen fruit. In Black and White, episode 124 in Ash's Pokedex. Ursaring, the hibernator Pokemon. Ursaring searches for honey in the forest daily. To reach its food, it often snaps trees with its forelegs rather than climbing. Got all these in the manga, Ursaring and Pokemon Adventures. You got all this. Yep. In the TCG. Trivia, this first point, we basically read in the Teddy Ursa video, but there looks to be a lot more detail, so I think I'll read it in this one. Ursaring and Donphan, along with their pre-evolved forms, are the only Pokemon to swap version-exclusive status between localizations. While Teddy Ursa and Ursaring are found only in the Japanese and Korean Silver, they are not found in Silver and other languages, being found in the Gold version of those languages instead, with Phanpy and Donphan getting the opposite treatment. This changed in the remakes Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where they follow the Japanese and Korean Gold and Silver. Ursaring and Stantler's evolution requirements, as well as Scyther's evolution into Cleavor, are programmed into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, with the Pokemon being affected by the Eviolite item. However, the Peat block needed for evolution is unobtainable, preventing the Pokemon from evolving. Design variations. Ursaring has been depicted with an inconsistent number of claws over time and between media. In its original Pokemon Gold and Silver artwork, Ursaring has 4 visible claws, but in its Gen 2 sprites, it has 3 claws. From Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire to Pokemon Platinum, it has 4 claws. From Heart Gold and Soul Silver onwards, Ursaring consistently has 5 claws in its game sprites. In all 3D spin-off games, as well as in the animated series and in corporate art, it has always been depicted with 5 claws. So you've got Gold and Silver art, you got these, there's like 4 of them, and you've got the 5 in Heart Gold and Soul Silver's art, you got the 5 in the original series art, and the 5 in corporate art. Origin. Ursaring appears to be based on bears, such as the brown bear and Asian black bear. The latter is known in Japanese as Zukinowaguma, literally Ring of the Moon Bear. The connection between a bear and a celestial body may also reference the Ursa Minor and Ursa Major constellations, Ursaring being the latter one. Ursaring's rectangular shoulder fur resemble fringes of buckskins or epaulettes. Name origin. Ursaring may be a combination of Ursa, Latin for bear, and ring. Ringuma may be a combination of ring, rin, wheel, and ring, and Kuma, bear. Now the languages, related articles, external links, let's move on. Now let's watch Ursaring's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 155, Forest Grumps. In this episode, Team Rocket, the main Team Rocket, consisting of Jesse, James, and their talking Meowth, have captured the main characters' Pokemon, the main characters being Ash, Brock, and Misty. But Team Rocket has just been shot down by a mysterious party in releasing the Pokemon. Meowth is wondering who shot them down. And there it is, the Ursaring. Oh, it's a bunch of Ursaring. And that is Ursaring's first in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why people love Ursaring. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you familiar with the series, you might be wondering why we're on the single image, and that's because this is the only image we'll be doing today. So this is Mama Bear by Penny Dragon. Or Penny Versu, I guess, is from 2015. So it's this Mama Ursaring protecting her cub Teddy Ursa, you know, very realistic style, or more realistic anyway. It's very nice, very well done, very nice painting. Yep. That's it, let's move on. Thanks to everyone who's submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about Smeargle to catch a Teddy Ursa to evolve it into Ursaring. As always, this is my proper outfit, you'll see me tomorrow.